Sorry about that. Looks like we had some mic issues. We should be good now. Let me know. Sweet. Couple things to talk about today. First, gonna get us some Chir Pokemon. New game dropped today. So let's talk about it. So the new game that's out for the Switch 2 is the one and only Pokemon Legends C A. I don't know if people are saying Z-A, C through A, but I'm gonna say ZA. All right. If you like it, you like it. You don't, you be all right. So everybody's all hyped about this game because obviously it's a new game. But what I think people are liking the most is the fact that we have some new megas, and there's a lot of mixed feelings about them. And your boy ain't feeling it. That is my feedback about it. There's some classic Pokemon that they have redesigned, and it is just terrible. Just terrible. Now I know there's some that are like, it ain't that bad, but there's some that have really not changed whatsoever. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. The big one that a lot of people are mad about is the new Dragonite. And we're going to talk about this because what they did to your boy, that's all I'll say, right? And I'm going to show y'all here what I'm talking about. A second, so y'all can see how they did your boy. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is our new Dragonite. See if I can make this bigger. Hopefully you guys can see that. Looks like this may have changed. Let me get a better picture for you guys. Look at this. Look at this disaster. Why? Now, this is just terrible. Just terrible. For my OG Dragonite fans, everybody know what Dragonite looks like or look like as a non-mega. And exactly, sis, this is just terrible. I don't understand this design, right? Now, the whole point of mega evolutions is to make it look different, more badass, in my opinion, and obviously stronger. It's a stronger version of their original form, right? But who sat down and said, you know what? He needs bigger wings, but not on his back. We're going to put him on his head. That's what we're going to do. Let's put him on his head. And we're going to make him look completely different from the wings on his back. We're going to give him some angel wings and we're going to put him on his head. That's a good idea. Whoever thought of that, shoot yourself. Okay? Because what? And you know what? They were like, we should put that ball that was on Dragonair's tail, put him on his tail. What am I talking about, you ask? Let me show y'all, because this is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. If I can get here we go. There's a better picture. This is the full I guess design for Dragonite. Take a look. Look at this. Everybody look at this. Yeah, let's take that ball Dragonair had on her tail, on its tail, and put it on Dragonite. And we're gonna put big ass wings on his head. Boom, there you go. Mega Dragonite. Bro, what? How is this good? Who approved this? Because I feel like too that when you design a new Pokemon, it's got to go through a few levels of approval before everybody says, you know what, that's it. We're gonna go with it. Let's put it out there, right? Everybody that was involved in that process, shoot yourself. Sorry, not sorry. I said what I said. Because all real Dragonite fans do not approve of this, right? Now, there's some designs that are badass, and I'm gonna show you a couple of those. Yes, this is what he will look like. Now, of course, when it comes to Mega Evolutions is something you do in the game while you're fighting. It's not like he can Mega evolve into this form and permanently stay like that. So the Mega Evolution is only there when you're fighting, and then when the fight's over, he goes back to a regular Dragonite. And now, for what I'm seeing on some of these previews for the Pokemon game that came out, it kind of seems like you can, because it's an open world, so you can walk around anywhere you want, and you can have a Pokemon walk with you. So you'll see Dragonite walking alongside your character or whatever, and then you can choose to Mega Evolve it and have that Mega Evolution form of it walk around with you, which is a cool feature I like. I obviously won't be choosing Dragonite because this is just a horrible design. And there are some, like I said earlier, some badass Mega Evolutions out there, and I'm gonna show you one of my favorites. Now, for those that know me, my brother, he's a huge Dragonite fan, and when Rayquaza came out, I used to give him a bunch of crap, like, yeah, this is the new Dragonite, and he's so much better than Dragonite, and he can smack Dragonite using Leer and, put Dragonite on his ass. And so now, luckily, my favorite, which is Rayquaza, has a Mega Evolution as well, and it looks so much better than what they did for Dragonite. Now, again, I'm going to show y'all what he looks like. I don't know why this Amazon page popped up. Let me find a better picture. I think this is a picture from the actual show. Now I'm just going to pull this up. So let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Boom, boom, boom. This is my favorite Pokemon. It's a Dragon type 2, the exact same type as Dragonite, Dragon Flying. And this is its Mega Evolution. It looks completely badass. Let me see if I can choose a better picture. I guess this one. Let me see if I can show you what the original form looks like too. Pretty sure I saw one. So this is what it looks like normally, which is already a badass design. And then this one is Mega Evolution. So they have done well with some of these Mega Evolutions, and they flopped completely on others. So yeah, this is just perfection, And now I'm gonna show you a mega evolution that is just what? Besides Dragonite. Um it's a lot of fan favorite, and I feel like I mean, to an extent it looks cool, but at the same time, like, but why? I don't think it was needed. I think they maybe have thought too much about it. So this is Greninja, right? Greninja is it's like the new Squirtle of the latest, I want to say, generation. What's up, big bro? Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Just to catch you up, bro, we did talk about Dragonite's Mega Evolution in this new game, and it is terrible, super terrible, and everybody that approved that design needs professional help. And now we are showing another design. This is Greninja, which is, I was saying, like the new Blastoise of the latest gen. And this is what he normally looks like. And this is his Mega Evolution, which to me looks the exact same, only that he's under a water um, Ninja Star. That's basically it. That's what his Mega Evolution is. Again, the exact character just underneath a water Ninja Star. Whack, whack, whack. Yes, this is indeed Pokemon Legends ZA, where they have made more Mega Evolutions, and they've released some of these prior to the game coming out. And I'm gonna show you one that just baffled me, and I'm just like, what? Who okayed this? Like, it's crazy. So let me show you who I'm talking about. They did a Mega Evolution for Starmie, and you tell me what's different. All right, put that in the chat. Is this a dub or is this an L? This is Mega Starmie right here. Hmm? What? Yes, that is Starmie. And as you can see on this page, what Starmie looks like, which is this. And this is the Mega Evolution of Starmie. Yeah, you indeed. Why? Who approved this? Who said, you know what? Let's give Starmie some kneecaps and make it taller. Boom. Mega Evolution. Now, this other design here that I'm finding right here, that's pretty badass right there. That would have been dope to see. And it's a lot better than this. Like, I don't understand it. They are making these Pokemon look horrible. It does, bro. It does look like a Starmie costume. Bro, I don't know. Maybe because close to Halloween, they're thinking that. I don't know, man. But this is just terrible. And for alligators, because I believe Totodile is a starter in this game. Um, this game is given Legends Arceus vibes. Let me show y'all what these starters are. It's just a little bit of everything. So these are your 3 starters for this game. And here are actually some of the Mega Evolutions for those starters, which all 3 are terrible. And I'll show you those in a sec. So these are what those 3 starters final evolution looks like. Get a good look at that. And I'm going to show you what the Mega Evolutions look like. And we'll start with for alligator. Let's do this. So for alligator, looks like he is a legit total dial. They say, you know what? Let's make his mega evolution look like his first evolution, but instead of total dial, it's actually for alligator. So there's not a good picture of it. So this is technically what it is right here. It's hard to see. It looks like it's total dial, but really, he's got this big thing here is the top part, obviously, and he's hiding in it. So it's regular for alligator in a costume, in a total dial costume. Again, who approved this? Who approved this? This is Solane. Now, when you compare this to, let's say, Blastoise Mega, the design is completely different, right? And I think that's what we all wanted is a better, badass, somewhat looking design. I'm not a big fan of the three cannons, but it's different and in some way it looks badass in my opinion. But to put for alligator in a total dial costume is I think a big step backwards. But yeah. Let me show you guys now a little video here of the release of this game just so that you guys can see what the what the game is supposed to be. Like I said, it's giving me Arceus, Legends Arceus vibes because it's open world, but instead of it being like prior to, so for those that haven't played Legends Arceus, it's an open world game, but it's so far back in time that you had to create your own Pokeballs in this game, and they don't look anything like the Pokeballs you know today. So this is supposedly generations prior to everything that's happened now and how they caught Pokemon in those times and stuff like that. So I always show you guys the trailer so that you can. Now it's giving me the same thing because also in that game you had 3 different starters that weren't from any specific, or how can I say this? Like you had your own starters based on the certain generation that you were playing. And now they've chosen starters from prior or previous generations and threw them all in one game. And instead of being like land, just because in that game it's just land, there's very few buildings, very few cities. It's just Pokemon everywhere, land everywhere. And now it's apparently in a huge city. And yeah. Let me mode. And I'm not a fan of it. I played Legends Arceus and I didn't finish it because it was terrible in my opinion. My cousin loves the game and I'm like, he says it's the best game out of all of them. I'm like, speak for yourself, big dog, because this game is just terrible. So check out this video. Now it is showing your starters. Rita, Big, for a while. And I'm not sure that's how it looks like now. Apparently, too, in order to get Mega Evolution for your starters, you have to beat the rank. I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe you have to fight a new battle, reach that level, and then that level will be able to get everything. Now, Mega Train are badass. I'll show you. But apparently you can fly anywhere, on ceilings, on roofs, water everywhere, and that's the trailer for that. Um, which looks dope in my opinion. Um, Now let's see some more. Let's see some more Mega Evolutions. Now they have a Mega Evolution now for Clefable, and I think it's badass for what it is. Where they went with it, I think it's just not too bad in my opinion. It's different. It's got wings or bigger wings now. Now this makes sense. It's good that they put the wings on the back or kept them on the back versus putting gigantic wings on Dragonite's head that doesn't look anything like a Dragonite should have. Let me show you guys. Clefable. This is Clefable now, or Mega Clefable, and I think it's badass. So it's not this one. It's this one here or this one here. Uh, this is the actual size. Not sure if you can show it bigger. This is the new Clefable. I think it's uh so bro says he can't hear me. Sis says she can. Maybe it's your laptop, bro. Or do I need to speak up at all? Everything appears to be working on my end, bro. Um, Sis, if you can comment one more time whether or not you can hear me, just so that I know. Hello, hello. Mic check 1, 2. Maybe let me. Yep, Sis can hear me. No, Sis. Unfortunately, Vaporeon, Flareon, Jolteon, none of them have Mega Evolutions. Um, that would be badass to do. To have all the evolutions, is what they're calling it, have their own megas. That'd be dope. Um, so now let me show you guys Mega Tyranitar. Now, this is badass. Like, this is what a Mega Evolution should look like. Not the crap they did for Starmie. What do you guys think? Hold on. Yeah, what do you guys think of that? Look at that. Bad. Okay. Sorry, bro. But yeah, this is Mega Tyranitar, bro. I know you're a fan of Tyranitar. I think they did my man's just right. Let me see if I can show you a better picture. No, there is no Mega Evolutions for the birds or Lugia. Sorry. At least not yet. I would assume because they already did Mega. They did some legendaries. They did Mega Groudon, Mega Kyogre, Rayquaza. Ba, 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 ba. It'd be dope to see the Mega for like the dogs, Mega Lugia. That'd be dope. Who else? I know there's more legendaries. There has to be more legend. Well, we'll see them. I'm gonna look up a lot of Mega Evolutions right now. Mega Metagross or Mega Metagross, however you want to pronounce it. Whoops. It's also another badass one. I mean, he's got more legs, so just so that you guys know, he's got, yeah, you can see in this picture, he's got 4 legs in the back and 4 in the front. Oh, and this is shiny Metagross. For those of you that like shinies, I think shinies are dope because it changed colors, but it's unbelievably hard to get. Yes, sis, I know that you only like the Gen 1. I think I'll go as far as Gen 3. I think the first 3 gens were like classics. Um After everything is debatable. Let me show you who now. Let me see if there's a picture of all Gen 1 um Mega Evolutions. So this is your OGs for the sis. Mega Venusaur, Charizard, Blastoise. Now Charizard has 2 different megas. And I'll obviously, because I guess he's the favorite of the 3 that they gave him 2, and this is one of them. This is, I believe, one's called Mega Charizard Y, and then the other's Mega Charizard X. Obviously, this is Mega Slowbro and Mega Beedrill. I think Mega Beedrill looks pretty badass. Let's see what else we got. Mewtwo also has 2 megas, and it's these 2 in the center, not this here. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's fan made or something. But this is also Mega Mewtwo Y and an X, which I would assume is also in this new game. I would hope so. This is Mega Lame over here. That's what I'm gonna call it. This is the new Victory Bell. Jesus. Mega Victory Bell. What is that? Who said let's tie up its mouth and make it shut up, I guess, and put 2 small ass leaves instead of the 2 big ones that it had? Victory Bell is a badass Pokemon, and they just made it dumb. Let's see. Oh my god, a Kangaskhan is another one. Believe it or not, this is the Mega Evolution, and the only difference is that the little baby that was in the pouch is now out. That's the entire Mega Evolution design. Which is again dumb. Why? I do not know. This is Mega Gengar. I think Gengar looks badass like that. Whoops. Let's see what else they got. These are not Gen 1. I believe Raichu now has a Mega Evolution. Let me see if there's any more Gen 1 here that I can show you guys. I think this one is most, these aren't Gen 1. But yeah, there's a lot of great ones. For staying on Gen 1, I want to see Mega Raichu. Raichu also has 2 different, I guess they're calling it X and Y now. And I believe these are it. These are the 2 different Raichus you can get now in this new game. Now, in one of these generations, they did a different version of Raichu where it has a different type that I'm not a fan of either. And it looks too much like one of these Raichus here. I believe it's the one on the right. It looks too much like it, and I'll show you what I mean. I don't know what this called. I assume it's Raichu still. I'm just gonna put different version or different forms. There we go. And this is it. This is what I'm talking about. This one, it's still Raichu, but it's a different type. I'm not sure what type it is. I want to say it's Fairy and something else. I feel like that looks too much like this, and not a fan. So I think this is just a poor design because it looks like Pikachu because of the tail and the face and the ears. I don't know if these are two separate ears, um, but I think it's a swing and a miss. Um, the other Raichu, which is this one on the left, I think it's badass. Um, Still too much of. I think they try to combine Pikachu and Raichu together on these designs, and I'm not a fan. Um, let's see. I don't think there's. Well, let's look at Mega Alakazam. I like it. It looks. I guess because of the beard, is giving me like some sort of ancient Pokemon that's wise and powerful. It's a different design. I still like it. Um, I'll give it a good 7, 8 out of 10. Um, let's look at some favorites like Scizor. Mega Scizor looks badass. And for those that may not know who Scizor is Scyther's new evolution from Gen 2. And this is what Scizor normally looks like. And his Mega evolution is right here, which I love. I'll give this at a 10 out of 10. I think it's a great design. And now, so for this game, like I said, I don't think they did great with this game with the design and when I say design, I mean like the open world concept. Who knows what the gym leaders will look like, if there are any. In this Pokemon Legends Arceus, there were more of challenges that you had to complete versus fighting actual gym leaders. And I didn't even realize I was in the Elite Four um, version look like until I was actually battling this one guy, and I was like, "Oh wait, this is just like Bro from this other game, and it's got the exact same team." Um, and what I hate about that game, Legends Arceus, is that no matter, well, you still had to make your Pokemon fast as much as you can, right? So that they can obviously attack first. But now what they allowed in that game is them to have multiple attacks before you have one, which I think is insane. And it made it so much more difficult to fight these people because of that. They would they would hit you like 3 times, and then you wouldn't have a chance to move at all. And then if they did, for example, combinations like sword dance and increase their attack, and then they do that twice and actually do a physical move on the third, you're done. There's no coming back because you couldn't do anything to raise your defense, or you couldn't get a hit off before they hit you, and it was just terrible. Hopefully, they don't continue that in this new game. Um, I do like the fact that it's in a city again versus just plain land, and you just have to go everywhere and find a certain Pokemon. From my understanding, too, from videos I've seen, that you can catch different starters from different generations in the wild. I have not yet purchased the game. I still have to get the Switch 2 in order for me to get the game. May do that. I may do a separate review on the actual game. Still debating on whether or not I want to, just because I feel like it's a flop, and may just wait for others to play the game and let me know how it goes. Who knows? Who knows? I haven't decided yet, but we shall see. And now we're going to switch gears a little bit. We're going to go into a photo that was released from the Russo brothers for Doomsday. And we're going to talk about this picture and what this picture could mean. Um, they say in the caption when they posted this, and all they said was look really hard. So I feel like there is something in here that we need to be paying attention to, but we don't know exactly what it could mean. So let me pull this picture up here for you guys so that we can look at it together and see what could all of this mean. Let me just get there real quick. There's a few things in here that I'm like, ooh, this could be this could be that. So let's take a look. Not what I wanted to do. 1 second. There's a lot of things too that I'm like, this could be that, this could be the other, but we shall see. If I can figure out where everything is. All right. So yeah, my sis told me the other day I'm really good at pointing things out in the background. So I feel like we need to talk about this and point some stuff out that you may have not seen. All right, so check it out. This is the photo that they released on their Instagram. I'm trying to see if I can make this bigger because I do not like. There we go. So this is from supposedly the set of Doomsday. So what could this be, right? Now, as I mentioned in my previous live show, I don't know anything about the Doomsday storyline, if one does exist. My mindset is that because I know there's a lot of times where you'll see something from what we may see in a different movie and be like, could this be that? And then it end up being something completely different. So I'm thinking in this photo, right? Now, I don't know, but this looks like somebody wearing a cloak right here. If you guys can see that. I don't know. Everybody, from what I've read online, that this could be Doctor Doom. But what is this thing here that if this is an actual person or this is Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom, what is he standing on? And is this, I thought this originally was some sort of board that was leaning on a tent because there's another tent back here. So I don't know what this is. This may not be a board of any kind at all. Who knows? But I feel like this is Doom. But at the same time, why did they do that? Why would they put Downey Jr.'s Doom in that position? And it looks really small, right? And I'm thinking, why is he that small? And then you got what my brother said, there's a guy in a chair. I see a man in the chair. I see him too. My original thought was this could be one of the Russo brothers. They posted the pictures on their account, and I'm thinking that's probably them. And it appears that he's doing something with his hands. What could he be doing with his hands? It's too black and white to see. Is he on his phone? Is he holding something that could give us a bigger hint on what this movie is going to be about? Who knows? Now, there's people out there too that says that this here makes an A for Avengers. No shit, right? Like here and then this thing here, like, oh yeah, this is the letter A for Avengers. Like, I doubt they'll post this video for that kind of stuff. Like, bro, no shit. We know it is an Avengers movie. We know they're in it. It's got to be something more than that. If this ends up being why they posted this picture, I'm gonna be so mad. And they also say here on this building here, there's another A. If you look at it like this, and here's an A here too. Or if you want to tilt your head, you can see a 4 for the Fantastic Four. Like, no shit, bro. Like, I don't think they're gonna make again hints like that for something that we already know, bro. Like, nah, bro. What do you mean I never know? I know that for a fact. Come on, man. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. And And again, if that is what they try to do with this photo, I'm gonna be so mad because I'm like, what? Why? Who gives a crap? Like we know, like they're gonna be in it. It has to be like I don't think you could put a movie with Doom and not include the Fantastic Four. Like, what's that about? Now this is where my head went at. Right, this is a building, obviously, right? At least it looks like it, and I think it's a building because of this. This part here looks like a roof. Just from this angle, again, I can't see much. Can I zoom in on this? Let me try to zoom in. Yeah. This part here looks like a roof of some sort, which leads me to believe that maybe this part here is just like they placed that there for special effects, maybe, or and this side here is going to look like completely different. So, where my head went to with that was could this be um one of the headquarters that we might see in Secret Wars? Because if you've read the book, there's um two different headquarters. Obviously, the good guys have their own, bad guys have their own from the actual comic. Um, and another reason why it leads me to think that is because of this. I would assume this is a green. What do you call it? Green screen right here in the back, right? And it's massive, right? It is massive. And the only reason why they would use a green screen, in my opinion, is because they're going to use special effects to put something there. Which, I mean, normally if they do some sort of fight scene in a city, they will usually go to a place where majority of the scene is real. Then they'll fill in the rest with a green screen. In this case, looks like they are creating an actual scene. Um, and it might all just be CGI. I'm thinking that this background green page or green screen has to be something that they have to create, um, like some sort of animation. Like if you read the book for Secret Wars, they are taken to a planet that they have just created. And when I say they, I mean the Beyond. I believe he creates this planet, dumps everybody there for a fight. Um, Maybe this could be a photo of the credit scene in Doomsday. Who knows? Um, because the brothers have created this reputation of showing you stuff that are not in the actual film. For example, when Infinity War came out, the actual trailer, you see a bunch of these heroes charging at what we assume to be the bad guys, and you see the Hulk. And then when you watch the actual movie, Hulk gets smacked in the beginning, and you don't see him for the rest of the movie. Not even in that scene that they put in the trailer. So I'm thinking maybe this is a credit scene that they're filming for the end of Doomsday. And I think it's a headquarter from the Secret Wars movie that they're going to be doing, and that this is a building. Um, this also does look like a bridge, and it can be a bridge. And what I did notice as well is that this light is shining at the center of this building. I feel like maybe they did that to show us something in this area here that we need to be paying attention to. Now, for those that say, um, look at these letters and, here's an A here for Avengers and here's a 4 for Fantastic Four. If you look at this part here where the light's shining, you also see a K. If we're doing that, I see a K. And who's a bad guy or a superhero that starts with a K? First one that comes to my mind is Kang, that they end up taking out. Now, there is also rumors of Kane coming back. Kane is also part of Secret Wars. So, is this what they're trying to show us? Are they bringing back Kane, and will it be the same actor? Will they recast Kane? Who knows? Um, that's one theory. I was also looking at these tents. What could these tents be? What is this thing here in the corner? Looks like some giant beanbag. And this part here looks like some sort of something being covered up by plastic is what it appears to be. You got cables running here. Who knows if that's part of the actual set, or as in the scene that they're going to film, or that's just cables for like the lights and stuff. There's this little bag here, or at least that's what I think it is. I don't know what this is. I feel like everything in this photo though has a purpose. I feel like everything in here means something or could be a clue to something else. Um yeah, bro, Kane. They need to bring Kane back. I think my man, I believe his name is Jonathan something. I forgot, but he played a great Kane in my opinion, and I think they need to bring him back. But I don't know what this is. And it's even if you zoom in, I can't tell what this is, why it's there, but I feel like I will hope that in the future the brothers will at some point tell us, okay, this is what we tried to show you guys with this photo. I feel like this thing here, because you can't make out what it is whatsoever, that it's gonna like blow our minds when we see what it actually is. And we have this metal pipe stick thing here, and it looks like it's holding this up, but I also feel like these two things are not connected. But again, what could this be? What is this shape that leans over, or I don't know. I feel like maybe if this is Doctor Doom, that his cape comes around to about here, and this is the actual figure, and that he may be standing on something here, and that's what this is. But again, if that's what it is, what's the point of doing that? Not sure. What else? I don't know what this is up here. This could just be cables or whatever, but it kind of looks like webbing for my man Spider-Man. I don't know what this is. It's like going across, kind of looks like a sideways ladder. Could be a rail, but for some reason it looks like webbing. What do you guys think? It could be a cardboard, but why? What is something that big that they needed, and why would they put that on this picture? I don't know. So this part again looks like roofing. This looks like webs. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's not, because again, in my last show, we talked about Tom Holland not being in Doomsday anymore. But if that is him, again, this could be a credit scene where we bring him back. It could be webbing. Who knows? Let's see. So that's the mystery. I feel like this is something here too. If this is indeed a tent, I feel like, is this somebody laying down? Is this clothes? What is this? Is this indeed a tent? I don't know. But I feel like that's another clue. I feel like this bag here is a clue. I feel like the fact this light is shining at the center of this building is a clue. What is this building? Is it a building? Is it a bridge? Is it a prison cell for a certain bad guy? Maybe. Even this person here, like if this is the director, for example, I feel like him sitting in the center of this room and facing this way, there's a reason behind it. And I feel like he may be looking at somebody, because you can't see his face. You can't see any expressions. He may be looking at somebody. And if you look at the edge of this cardboard box, I guess we'll call it, it doesn't seem straight like a cardboard box would. I feel like there's some, it's not a straight line. There's some, what do you call it? I guess it's just not straight. And it leads me to believe that this isn't a cardboard box. But what could it be? Who can be there if there is somebody there? Um, I don't know. What could that be? Is this white line here part of the set or the scene? I can't make out what this is here in the back. I don't know what that is. We zoom in. What is that? I don't know what this is. Is this part of the wall? Is this part of this machine? What is that? And what is this here? This looks like a mini person or small person. I don't know what that is. But if we zoom in also on the person here, we know he's wearing pants. That we know for sure. Who knows? Text, letters, maybe. The director, he's on a chair. We know that. He's got pants, got shoes. This could be a shirt. Maybe not. Or yeah, or is he? Is he sitting on a chair? Is this a chair? What could it be? What is this tent? I feel like if this wasn't meant to be part of the scene, why is it this close to this building? This must be something. What could it be? What could it be? I swear, if this is just like a picture just to make us scratch our heads and not have any sort of meaning behind it, I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? This was for nothing? Who knows? And obviously, this would be a lot easier if we knew what the story was going to be about. But we don't know much. I mean, if you look at the leaks that were online that shows you drawings, concept art for certain scenes, there's a scene where Doom is on a throne and he's got, I believe, Doctor Strange to his left, like as some sort of servant. And they have, I want to say it was Mr. Fantastic in chains. It looks like they're deciding what to do with him after they've caught him. There's another drawing where you see Hulk and She-Hulk. Not sure if they are together as a couple in that scene. Who knows, man? There's a who knows if that's even legit, and if it is, what's the story behind it? We did talk to a little bit about the brothers confirming that the Doom in the Fantastic Four credit scene was Robbie Downey Jr.'s Doom. So we know that that is obviously a different multiverse or universe that they're in. So maybe in this universe, the Hulk and She-Hulk there are a couple. And Mr. Fantastic that we saw in the other concept art, is that the one from the movie that just came out? Is it a different Mr. Fantastic from a different universe? Who else was on those drawings? I believe there was one with Star-Lord and he's talking to, I think he's with Drax. And he was talking to somebody. Actually, let's look it up. I'm pretty sure it's online somewhere still. It has to be. Let's see. Doomsday leaks. It's got to be somewhere. And if it is out here, it's because it's not legit. So here's one. Okay. Hold on. Let's see. Give me a second, guys. I'll put, and this one has a third, and it could be Hulkling, who is I want to say Hulk's son. So you see Hulk and She-Hulk, and is this Hulkling? Since they were also setting up the new Avengers, is that him? Oh, See if there's the one with Doom on the throne and people around him. Oh yeah, this was one. Oh crap! What did I do? So I don't know who these are or who this. Oh, that's Vision. So here we got Star-Lord and Vision. What's the point of them two hanging out? It looks like everything's gravy and they're just chilling. Again, maybe a different universe. Here we go. So here's Doctor Strange. Here's Doom. Not sure who this is. But I believe this is supposed to be Mr. Fantastic. Oh, this is Sue Storm and Franklin right here. And here's Doctor Strange. And I believe they said this was Mr. Fantastic. And they're trying to decide on what to do with him. Let me zoom in a little bit more, you guys can see. Crap. This is not easy to do. Come on. There you go. Maybe in this one. And they got Sue Storm in some sort of outfit. Not sure. And it's giving like old school vibes, like back in the day vibes. What else? I think this is another one here. I think this is supposed to be Strange, and you got Sue Storm and Franklin, and this is Mr. Fantastic. This is probably like the next scene to that. Who knows? And like I said, if it's still on here, as we can see that it is, I feel like it's not legit. It could be a scene from Secret Wars. Who knows? But in Secret Wars, I don't think that there is a I don't think there's any part where Doom captures these people and Doctor Strange wasn't in it at all. And neither was Sue or Franklin. So I don't know. The Russo brothers and Marvel have a thing about changing stories completely and not being too comic book accurate. Now, I feel like that's okay in certain things, but I feel like everybody that's in Secret Wars has already made a presence in some film, so I don't see why we couldn't have the original people from the actual comic book to be in the actual film. I am excited too. I think regardless, we're going to see something great, because there is talks of the original X-Men cast coming back and seeing them in their comic book accurate suits, just like how they did with Wolverine and Deadpool and Wolverine. And I would love to see that. I would love to see Cyclops in his original form. I'm a huge Nightcrawler fan, and I would love to see Nightcrawler in the suit with the swords. And Nightcrawler and Cyclops were in the original story. So I would love to see that. So you have a bunch of people that are in, again, they've made a presence somewhere in some comic book movie. And to not have them in the film, I think is, because I think that's what everybody's hyped about, is to see all these people from the comic book in the movie. So are they going to put everybody, even people that weren't in it, in the movie? There's a big chance of that, because like I said in my last show, you have the Wasp, who's the leader of the Avengers in this point, and I believe that actress has retired from playing Wasp. And if that is the case, are they going to put Wasp in it at all and just recast her, or who knows? They haven't introduced the Wrecking Team, who I believe are Thor's bad guys. And they could in these movies. Maybe they introduce him in Doomsday or in Thor's next movie that's coming out. Kang was a big part. Ultron was too. I'm pretty confident they'll put Galactus in it because he was part of it too. Doc Ock from Toby's movies were they converted him to a good guy and one of his arms got cut off. So I don't know if they'll recast him and put Ock back in it. Who knows? That's right, the Wrecking Crew. I said team or something. My bad. But who knows? They haven't introduced Molecule Man at all either. And I believe there's one bad. I think it was a local. When the Beyond the Creator of this world, there were like people that were already living there. Apparently, I'm not sure if it was created or just like a distant planet somewhere. But there were locals there, and I believe they turned one of them into a bad guy, and they gave her powers. I forgot what her name was. Let's see. Who else? We do see Captain America. So will they put in Sam Wilson's Captain America, or will we get a different Captain America from a different universe? There's also rumors about seeing Captain Hydra. I think it's a Cap from a different universe that was evil and worked for Hydra. Don't know too much about that, bro. If you know, let us know. Let's see who else. We got my girl Storm, but I don't believe Halle Berry will be playing that Storm. The Lizard. All this too, again, is in my previous live show. So go to the channel to see that. I'll talk a little bit more about that. This cast of who should be in Secret Wars and ideas of what they may and may not do. So go ahead and for those watching, check that out. Like, subscribe. I appreciate it. Let's see. It's from that reveal in the comics that Cat was supposedly Hydra his entire time. Yeah, if they do that story where supposedly Cap was always a bad guy and this is the real Cap, like, come on, man. I highly doubt that's what they're gonna do. I am looking so forward to seeing I forgot this actor's name, who plays Magneto in the original movie. I believe his first name is Ian. I think it's Sir Ian. Sis, I'm pretty sure you know. Put that in the chat. But I'm looking forward to seeing his Magneto come back. I think he did a great Magneto. I'm not too much of a fan of that other Magneto. D. Wanda Wise to play Storm. Let's see. Oh yeah, she's a great actress. I can see her being Storm and either Storm or I would have cast her for Captain Marvel too, for Maria Rambeau's Marvel or Captain Marvel. But yeah, I think she'd play a good Storm. I will love to also see Storm and Black Panther tie the knot, but who knows if we'll see that in the future or not. But I think that's where we're going to end it, guys. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you want to hear more or see more my theories on Doomsday and the casting and what they may do, check it out in my last video. And the only movie, just to answer my brother's last question, I believe the movie, Jurassic Park or World. There's so many of them. I don't know which one she's in, but she was in one of them helping out the good guys. There you go. But yeah, guys, appreciate you guys watching. I gotta get out of here. Like, subscribe to the channel, share it with all your buddies, family, friends, and see you next time. Next week, we're going to talk about something. What would it be? Would it be a review on the game that came out for Pokemon? Will it be more on Avengers? We shall see. Appreciate you guys. Peace out.